okay, in lectures. Stress, intonation, pauses. Pauses is when your lecturer keeps quiet. When he asks you a question. Do you watch TV? That period is called the pause. Okay, that period is called the pause. Sometimes, some lecturers, they ask questions, they answer the question. That is not a good delivery system. When you ask a question, you should let people respond. So, it's just like teachers in the classroom. They ask the children questions, they answer their own questions. So, this is very important. Stress, intonation, stress, what's important is important. You stress on the point. Intonation, it goes up and down, up and down. Okay, and these are the connectors we were talking about earlier. Okay, firstly, secondly, and so on. Vocal, of course, vocal underlining. Markers, these are in your notes, yeah? Don't worry, these are in your notes. I'm just showing it to you so that you capture this for you to reflect when you read your modules. Macro markers, higher order discourse markers, major sensitive emphasis. Examples, these are what your lecturers do, okay? Segmentation, looking at things at segmented phases, okay? Make it contrast and emphasis, you're making contrast and you emphasize on certain things. Don't worry, it sounds big. You have examples in your book. Micro markers is the lower order, okay? You look at sentence level. Looking at segmentation again of one aspect of your lecture, and then looking at sentence level and inter-sentence meaning, looking at one sentence to the other to see the connection between one sentence and the other. Okay, so these are basic markers that happens in lectures. Please see page 33 of your book, it's there, okay? So don't worry. We have seen this in slide 3, okay? Sequencing of ideas, sequence words used in signaling organization of ideas. When you hear people say first, meaning that is number 1. When you hear people say next, meaning that is the second one. Sometimes people say first of all, next means number 2. You don't have to say secondly or thirdly. Okay, so you must understand these signal words. Some people say, okay, first of all, second, third, fourth, and it goes on by numbers. Sometimes people will use this kind of styles. First, next, okay? After that, so it goes 1, 2, 3. So you must be able to write down the sequence. Following that, if after 3, following that is number 4. It's number 4, okay? Now, after saying that, however is trying to contrast with what you have already said earlier. So, if you want to be a good listener, first of all, you do this. Second, you do this. Next, you do this. Following that, you do this. So you have 4 things to be a good listener. However, you can be a better listener if you do this, first of all. Next, so it comes in that sequence. So as a listener, you must be able to know whether the speaker is talking about the same point or a different point. So I have created 2 situations. One, if you want to be a good listener, number 1, you must do 1, 2, 3, 4. Good listener. If you want to be a better listener, you must do 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have a good listener and a better listener. So 2 things here. So uses of the word however. So when I say however, meaning the second point overrules the first point in terms of which one is better. Okay? There in contrast, meaning making comparison, which one is better. Right? And finally, when you hear the word finally, you say, okay, that's the end of it. Finish. Finally or lastly. So this will give you some cues whether if you want to ask questions, it comes here. Okay, finally when it is done, then you say, okay sir, I have a question. It comes after this. Okay, right. These are some specific cues. Okay, in certain words, phrases. Just some explanation. Okay, facts. Something that has objective reality is not a matter of perception, opinion, and is true. So, when your lecturer says the sun rises in the east, is it a fact or is it an opinion? The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Is it a fact? The sun do you know where the sun comes up from? Do you remember your geography? Yes, kajian tempatan, do you still remember? It comes up from the sun rises in the east, it goes down in the west. Do you know the north, south, east, west direction? You do, good. Okay, so that's a fact. If your lecturer says, I think the sun rises in the east, but it goes down in the south. Now, that is something that you must think. This fellow is not giving us a fact. He is giving us something that he thinks. So, what must you do? You must justify, you must think about it. Ini biar betul orang ni, sun rises in the east, sets in the south. My teacher says it rises in the east, it sets in the west. So, you must know whether it is an opinion or it is a fact. Okay? So, facts are always something which is in reality. Okay? Objective and reality. Is supported by reliable sources and data. So when we say rises in the east and sets in the west, we have studies to show. Okay, we have geographical factors to show. When we say the earth is round, is it round or is it square? Is the earth round or square? Round. Okay, you still know it's round, yeah? Alright, so it's round, spherical in shape, that's the earth. Okay, so it's a fact, and it includes statistical. Everything which is a fact, you have data, you have supporting observation, you have documents to support. So that is how you identify whether it's a fact or an opinion. Examples of words, phrases used, they show that it's a fact. Contoh, lots of research show that. Okay. Lots of research, meaning that this is something which is happening and it is true. Okay? Psychologists say that. Psychologists are experts in their field. So when the experts say that, this is a fact, this is true. Okay? When they say there's a boy on the street, says that, this is not an academic paper. Because it's just a boy on the street. Okay? So we cannot also say, you know, the earth is square. How do you know it's square? Ali told me it's square. Who is Ali? Ali is not an authority over a geographical research. So Ali is not a fact here. It's not a reliable source. Okay. Now let's look at what we call opinion. It's often based on what one believes to be true, on how a person feels about something. What's your opinion? Do you like coming to class on Saturday? Do you? Would you like to come tomorrow on a Sunday? No? Why not come on a Sunday? It's your family day. Would you like to come tomorrow for class? No. Why? Sunday is a beautiful day. It's a Sunday. It's a beautiful day. Let's come for lectures. What do you think? No? No. Okay. Now you will say no for a certain reason. Okay, because you feel that it's a day to be better used for something else. It's a family day. It's the day I take my girlfriend out shopping. It's a day I take my wife and children to the seaside. Okay, so I don't believe in working on a Sunday. But can you work on a Sunday? Yes, business people works on Sunday. The shopkeeper opens their shop 7/7, 365, 365. Every day without fail. Even Merdeka, they open their shop. Otherwise, where do you want to go and eat?